G'day and welcome to this week's Weekly Dose. My name's Robert Gowdy and we're going to have a bit of a chat about the property market. And what's inspired me to have a bit of a closer look at what's happening in the market is when I'm on Instagram or YouTube, they're my probably two go-to in the social media world or for video content. I'm seeing a huge amount of property spruikers are out there talking about the benefits of wealth creation through purchasing property. And it's the old story where obviously depreciations and negative gearing are all important and there's just constant growth in this market. And a lot of the properties that they sell are generally new properties because the depreciation is higher and therefore that's more tax deductions and therefore more negative gearing. It means you're losing money in a lot of senses. So from a pure tax point of view, it can reduce tax, but often it costs a lot of money in fees and interest to get that tax deduction, so you're losing money by negative gearing. And of course it's reliant on people renting the properties. Now, one thing that I've often done over the last few years is go and search and have a look at what's happening in South Bank. Clearly the apartment sector is one area there's always a lot of sales, so huge developments often bring in a lot of specialised marketers. The developers bring in the marketers to on-sell the apartments through superannuation or negative gearing strategies, whatever it is. So, and if we just go to the screen, I'll go into realestate.com. A lot of our clients own realestate.com, a phenomenal business, and just look at what apartments or units are for sale in South Bank right at the moment. Now, you can see there that it is just under 8,000 vacant rentals in the apartment unit space right now. Now, clearly I've chosen a really bad time to look at this, but for those that are thinking about, delving into the property market because of, negative gearing or tax related strategies, you've got to look at the supply and demand. And I know now is not a really good time to do these searches because we have essentially no international students, and a lot of these apartments have been used for Airbnbs. People are not travelling. The international travellers, our borders are closed. How long they'll be closed for, we don't know. I then pushed out this search to not only include South Bank but also Docklands, obviously another hotspot for apartments, and also the Melbourne CBD. And that gives us an astonishing over 10,000 vacant properties that are up for rent at the moment. So if you're looking at these strategies, and obviously the apartments, is probably a tough space because they can just keep adding, layers and layers and layers of new apartments to a small bit of land. So the old story that they're not creating land anymore, in a way, is not particularly true, particularly when it comes to high-rise apartments. You can just keep, adding layers of new land on top of one small piece. So this is a bit of the epicenter. The COVID crash has caused huge issues in terms of the vacancies because foreign students are a huge part of our economy, and bring in a lot of people and obviously rent out a lot of apartments. But if you're looking into these strategies, whether it's apartment or home and land packages, you've got to do your research around the supply and demand. Is there going to be a renter? And generally, if you're buying a development off a business, call them property spruikers, where they're giving you rental guarantees, generally those rental guarantees where they're saying, look, you'll get a guaranteed $300 per week, generally that's your own money coming back at you. So you've overpaid for the property and they've factored in the rental guarantee into the price that you're paying. So you've got to look past those things and say, is there actually demand there? When it comes to the apartments, what other properties are going up around the properties that you're looking at? And what I would absolutely encourage you to do is talk to your accountant, your financial advisor, your trusted person that is outside the group that you may be purchasing a property off. Because generally what they do is they have the accountant, the advisor, the solicitor, everyone within the same business environment, so you will not get an unbiased opinion on this. So go out, seek out people that have got nothing to do with the group that you may be dealing with, that may be selling the property. because obviously at the moment, from what I see, these guys are extremely good marketers. They're very good at selling the dream, and that you've got to create wealth yourself. The government won't be there to support you, although we do have a very good safety net in the aged care system. The age pension, not aged care. So do your own research. This type of research is important to see how many vacancies there are at the moment. But then go and talk to your independent, unconflicted personal advisors. Thanks for listening. We'll see you next week, and please subscribe to the channel if you like. That'd be great. See you later.